tunnel. Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Shifting Lanes Garage. My name's Chad, and you find me inside of a Ram 2500. This thing is an absolute beast, but we're not really here to talk about her today because it's Mustang Day. So let's head into Blue Sky, head into the shop, get the Mustang, take it for a first drive. If you like today's video, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely go check out Blue Sky. I'll put the links in the description below. But holy hell, guys, this is it, guys. I'm finally getting Project 412 back. Let's go check it out. Okay. We are home, boys. To those of you who don't know, it has been about 6 months. End of August, the clutch went on this thing. And then we've been accumulating parts, waiting for shop time, getting the transmission built, which was a big time sink that took about 2 months. But it's all come down to this. She's been tuned. All the parts are in. She's been vetted on the street. The alignment should be, all that stuff is good. First fire. Let's go. Oh, it's gonna yell at me until I put my seatbelt on, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Don't rev it, don't rev it, don't rev it, don't rev it. Let it go. Oh my gosh. All right, new shifter. Wow, this thing is short as hell. And it's so, let's get her onto the road before we, I'm a little worried about the hill leaving the shop. I might do an accidental burnout. Actually, I don't really want to burn out onto the road because these roads are, they're okay, but let's go, boys. Let's go. Oh, Jesus. That was not as graceful as I thought. All right, let's get her to temp and then see what she's like. All right, we got everything up to temp. This thing is an absolute animal. Real quick, first few things I noticed. Number one, I was a little worried that the clutch was gonna be heavy. It's a twin disc and everything like that. And it has a lot more clamping power. I'm pretty sure it's actually lighter than the stock one. It just feels so good. Oh my God, this thing goes. The shifter, the old shifter was like getting out of a freaking 2000 Kia and getting into a freaking, I don't know, Ferrari. It is that big of a difference. It is insane how much more positive this is, how there's no more play. It's engaging, it's precise, there we go. And rather ironically, the Volvo world getting karma on me, but I'm currently on a really nice piece of road being held up by a Volvo. Trust me, guys, the irony is not lost there. As far as the other mods, I mean, let me put it to you this way. I've been driving around in a 2000 Dodge Durango. It has been 6 months since I've been behind the wheel of this car. Not for nothing, in pre-build phase, it would have felt a million times better than what I'm used to. But I mean, that rear end, I don't want to test it too much, but that, it's just, I don't know, it just feels way more compliant. It'd be nicer if I could open her up a little bit and you didn't get XC90 or whatever in front of you, but remember, we got a built trans, which, not for nothing, feels pretty much just like the old trans, which I kind of knew, but this one can actually, you know, handle the power when we put it down. We have a lot of new parts, so just to quickly run down what we have done, if you haven't actually watched the series, is, so we'll start up with the most obvious one. We have a brand new Vortec V3 supercharger, and it's their tuner kit. So that means I had to get a fuel system. Now, this was all by design, but I have a fuel system by Lethal Performance. We have two 265 liter per hour, I think it is, Walbro fuel pumps that is connected to a now return style fuel system. On the fuel rail, we have IDX 1050 injectors, which are plenty for what we're doing. We're not doing any sort of crazy fuel like E85 or anything like that. Not that I wouldn't consider doing that. It's just there's literally nowhere near me to buy it. The other things we have up front from previous mods, we have a 2018 ported intake manifold, which helps with airflow. We've also locked the IMRCs out on that. There's an issue with them, and they could get stuck in position once boost is applied, which we are now applying. 10 PSI, in case anyone was wondering. We have American Racing long tube headers. We have a clutch and flywheel, again, a twin disc clutch from Mantic, and their lightened flywheel. We have the MT82 transmission. However, this one has been completely rebuilt. The only stock thing about this is basically the case. So we have a billet gear set from G-Force, all the shift guides, all the synchros, all of that has been gone over by Calmer Transmissions. I'll put it this way, we can now handle 1,000 horsepower and about 900 pound-feet of torque, which we are actually currently under. So that's a good thing. We have a drive shaft, a carbon fiber, there we go, a carbon fiber drive shaft that is one piece from Drive Shaft Shop. We have the stock 8.8 rear end in the back with 373 gears. We may address that at some point if we find that shifting too much on the strip, or if we're just, you know, first gear becomes useless because of the power and the gear ratios and stuff. However, the Calmer Transit does have different gear ratios, so we'll have to drive it around and see just how much I use, you know, first gear with that. Then we have 4 performance axles in the back, which are just insane. They are way overkill. They can handle twice the power that we're putting to them, or putting to the wheels, I should say. So we are ridiculously built in the driveline, so we don't have to worry about breaking stuff. And if we do, it should be the drive shaft, and that should be a nice carbon fiber poof, instead of like an aluminum drive shaft that's just gonna explode, beat the hell out of things, and just not be a good time. We have the MGW, I believe, our shifter relocation kit. So now we're bolted to the transmission and not the transmission tunnel. So again, that's so much more precise. Look, guys, every single part, like, this is my first drive, so obviously I'm not giving you a comprehensive 1,000, 10,000, whatever mile review on all these parts, but they are all working as intended at this moment in time. Other mods, we have a catch can, because Coyotes in general, because of the way they rev and just the way they're basically built, is yeah, they have a lot of blow-by. And now we've added boost to the equation, so we need to make sure that that stuff doesn't go into our intake track. We have to keep, give it basically that extra pressure someplace to go, because if it goes into the intake manifold and stuff, it's just gonna gum things up. It's gonna lower our octane ratings. There's a lot of stuff to it that, well, again, we're pushing boost at 11-to-1 compression, so not for nothing, we need to make sure that our octane stays as close to 93 as will allow, so this way we keep the power and we keep everything as safe as possible. All of this stuff has been connected to and tuned by, I should say, Lund Racing. You guys watched the dyno video, you know that was arguably one of the easiest tunes I've ever been a part of. They literally took 2 data logs, made sure everything was safe. They did a lot of stuff off camera too, but it was just boom, done. I could not be happier with it. We're still behind the Volvo, in case you were wondering, and I'm now in a residential area, so we're not going to push our luck here, just because I am, despite the appearances, a considerate motorist. So what do I think? Guys, once I get everything kind of seated, like I said, with the clutch and all that other sort of stuff, we're going to go on a first real spirited drive, but this is oh my gosh, this is really exciting. I mean, not only have I not had this car for 6 months, and it's just a joy to have it back. It's a joy to have a V8 noise back in, well, I guess with the Durango, it being a V8, I had a V8, but a high-performance V8 back in my life. It's just, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get this thing out on the open road. I cannot wait to get this thing to the track. I can't wait to see what Hanson and Greg and all those guys think about it. Like I said in the first video, this build was inspired and is a tribute to my father, who unfortunately last July passed away due to complications from Parkinson's. And he had a hot rodded, like engine swapped, bored, blueprinted, stroked 327 small block Chevy and his 59 Corvette. And that was an absolute monster for the day. And that was kind of the inspiration behind this. I wanted to build a modern muscle car, sports car, kind of American beast. And well, we got the powertrain. Oh yes, we do. Oh, it's a shame Dad won't be able to be ever able to go for a ride with me in it. He'll always be here, whether I'm driving or what have you. So he will always be here, at least in my heart. We got another hill. Oh God. Okay. He's laughing up in heaven right now if watching me struggle with this new clutch. I think he would have loved this thing. We're not done with it, not by a long shot, but we wanted to kind of get the power and then go from there. I cannot believe that I am the owner of a 705 wheel horsepower Mustang, made it to a manual transmission with all the parts to make it reliable, etc. Like, this thing's mine. It's not like a press car that I got to give back. This is mine. I can drive it whenever I want, wherever I want. I can take it to the track. I can do all of that sort of stuff. This thing is mine. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't, I have no words. I've just, if you couldn't tell, I'm quite excited. Anyway, I think that's a good spot to wrap it up. I think in the next video, we're either gonna go for a spirited drive, we're gonna go see Greg, we're gonna go see Hanson. Haven't really figured it out. I wanna put some miles on this car before we go, you know, really at it, just so I can learn in addition to all the other stuff I said. But that's never gonna get old, guys. I wanna thank you for watching. I wanna thank you for watching this series. I want to thank you for all the kind words on all the social platforms. It means a lot to me, guys. I never thought I'd have a community of people watching my stuff, and here we are with an absolute beast of a Mustang. Like I said in the beginning, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate each and every one of you, but for this video, guys, that's pretty much a wrap, and I'll catch you in the next one.